welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing CF Monterrey 3, Inter Miami CF 1, 5-2 on aggregate in the Concacaf Champions Cup quarterfinal leg 2. Monterrey advances to play Columbus in the semifinals. Miami falls apart like a Jenga shack, sold the game, and again, make sure there's one team out of MLS left standing. That would be the Columbus Crew. We'll get to MLS's failures in this tournament later in this video and also in the recap semifinal predictions tomorrow overall. But first off, let's talk about this game. Not the best at all. 31 minutes in, Drake Callender passes the ball straight to Brandon Vasquez. They've been playing with fire up until then. They finally get burnt. Brandon Vasquez slots it home to make it 1-0. 3-1 on aggregate. 1-0 esta noche. 3-1 global. Halftime, 1-0. 3-1 on aggregate. 1-0 esta noche. 3-1 global. Medio tiempo. Monterrey has the lead, and they're not going to relinquish it because Miami are getting beat the hell down. They can't take shots. They have a lot of possession, especially in the first half, but they don't do anything with it. 59th minute, a golazo from Germán Berterame from the top of the box. Bangs it in past Callender. 2-0. 2-0 esta noche. 4-1 global. 4-1 on aggregate. That's the dagger. Miami needs 3. They won't get it with the time left. Then in the 65th minute, Jesus Girault said, "Hey, Suarez, you're going to try to rip my shoulder out of socket. I'm going to rip your hopes out of your heart." Kalima heads that ball into the net. Goal. 3-0 in the 65th minute. 5-1 on aggregate. 3-0 esta noche. 5-1 global. And then Diego Gomez gets one back late on, but again, it's not enough. 85th minute gets one back. 3-1 on the night. 5-2 on aggregate. 3-1 esta noche. 5-2 global. Full time. 3-1 on the night. 5-2 on aggregate. 3-1 esta noche. 5-2 global. Monterrey avanzar a las semifinales de la Concachampions de la Concacaf contra Columbus Crew. They advance to face the Columbus Crew in the semifinals. Miami, my God, a horrible performance. But again, we'll get there. Full-time stats, 17 shots to 5, 9 shots on goal to 1, 40% possession to 60% possession, 421 passes to 637, 83% pass accuracy to 87, 7 fouls to 9, 1 offside to 2, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards to 1, 7 corners to 2. Miami, y'all choked. Y'all go down to Monterrey. Y'all honestly sold the game in the first leg with a red card, 2 goals against, but Messi's back. Y'all are so angry you can't find your way to scoring a goal. Luis Romo legitimately smothered Messi out of this game. Luis Romo's the man of the match tonight. I don't care what you have to say. You could say, but they had 3 goals. Gallardo, Berterame, Vasquez. No, I don't care, because Messi got smothered out of this game by Luis Romo. He made Messi nothing in this game. Not a factor at all. To me, you know what that says? That says to me that if you can make Messi a non-factor, you should be the man of the match. Now, he should have done that for Mexico versus Argentina, but he played the best game of his life tonight. Made Messi a non-factor. Miami never had a chance. Monterrey defended so damn well. Even if Miami had the possession, Monterrey still held defensively strong no matter what. They were not scared at all. They were not worried. They were like, okay, you know what? We'll get this done. We're going to win. We're going to find a way. It doesn't matter what you think. We're going to find a way. They scored 3 goals. Great offensive play, especially in the second half. They didn't stay content with the 1 goal. They said, you know what? We could win this by more. Monterrey legitimately came out there and said, you know what? We can do this. We are going to win this. We could do this. All we need to do is show that we can and we will. And my God, they did. Miami definitely sold on themselves. That is for certain. Drake Callender, horrible save, kick to lead it right to Brandon Vasquez for the first goal. Not really there on the second or third. Miami legitimately blew it. They legitimately blew it. They had a chance. They were so angry. They saw so much red that it made them lose. Straight up. And it's very depressing that Miami lost the way that they did. Because Messi's back. People are like, oh, Messi's back. He's angry. They're going to do this. And then Columbus goes and does what they did. And people are like, well, shit, if Columbus could do that, Miami can. People were like, well, here we go. I'm like, no. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Because this team, overall, is just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. And Monterrey played such a great game. Monterrey played such an absolutely great game. They played an amazing football match. They did what they needed to do. Miami got curb stomped. They sold the game and got curb stomped at the same time. And rightfully, Alba got sent off because he should have. Like, Miami legitimately was not getting the help they were looking for. They couldn't do it themselves. They deserve to go out. Monterrey, they played very well. Monterrey deserves to win. They deserve to go through. And we got a good semifinal between them and Columbus. But speaking of Columbus and speaking of MLS teams, I wanted to talk about the failures of MLS teams in this tournament. It is pissing me off that the team with the best players on paper got outed like this. The best team left in this tournament is Columbus, and they have a really good coach. If they didn't have Wilfred Nancy, they would not have made it this deep. They found a way to make it without Cucho for a game and Aiden Morse for a game and a third. And they found a way to get to the semifinal. This is not at Columbus. But the fact that they're the only team in the semifinal is inconceivable when you say, hey, MLS is closing the gap. No, they're not. Maybe at Leagues Cup, when everything's in their favor and they're playing at home in every single game, or at least in America. Everything favors MLS and Leagues Cup. The fact they're all in MLS stadiums or in the USA. Less travel. Quick turnaround. Everything favors MLS in that tournament. Of course they're going to win it. And probably get most of the top 3 spots. They can't play well in Mexico. It's very rare to see an MLS team win in Mexico. Like Sporting Kansas City against Toluca in 2019. Toronto FC over the 90 minutes against Chivas won in Mexico. They lost the penalty shootout, but they won over the 90 minutes. Columbus won a penalty shootout. They won a tie in Mexico. They did not win the game, but they won the tie. So another sort of, caveat there. Just like the Toronto caveat. Here's the thing. MLS is like, we could grow. We're growing so much. Messi joined our league. We are closing the gap. No, you're not. Because you know what you're doing, MLS? You know what you're doing? You're not closing the gap. You know why? Because you're hoping the Messi hype tide raises all boats. But you have not done the work to raise the boats. And now you're starting to put in rules to help the rosters get better in the summer. Because you've seen all the ass kickings that went down. Philly gets their ass kicked. 6-0 on aggregate to Pachuca. What do? It's like, damn, that's not good. Miami gets curb stomped here. That news came out before, but still. Nashville lost to Miami. That's friendly fire. New England got curb stomped by America. Vancouver got knocked out by Tigres. Orlando got curb stomped by Tigres. Listen, you can act like the gap is closing. That's because you're playing more games against them on American soil, and you're winning most of those games. You're lucky that's happening, because if you weren't, you'd look like a joke. Listen, this messy tide will not raise all boats if you don't do the work and say, hey, sorry, Robert Kraft. Sorry, Mr. Hunt. We're going to let the big teams spend money. If you get left behind, so be it. You spend money or get left behind. We're taking off the training wheels. If you suck, that's your fault. Spend money. We have the best player in the world of all time on our league. We're already letting Miami do whatever the hell they want. They still couldn't get it done. We're taking off the training wheels. Spend the damn money or suck. That is your order. Robert, Mr. Hunt, Mr. Fisher, you will suck or spend the money, because we know MLSE will spend the money. We know David Beckham and the Moss family will spend the money. We know the Haslams will spend the money. We know Thorrington and LAFC will spend the money. We know AEG will spend the money. If you don't spend the money, so be it. You will suck. Same thing with you, Houston. You will suck. But that's your fault for counting pennies and counting peanuts. The training wheels must come off. You really want to close the gap? The training wheels must come off. They should have came off in the winter. They're starting to unscrew them right now. Maybe this winter they really will come off, because you will not be who you say you want to be if you don't take off the training wheels. Plus the World Cup. You really want to make this league great, top 10 in the world, maybe top 7, top 5, you take off the training wheels and let teams spend. If you suck, you suck. That's the breaks. St. Louis, you might just suck too. Who knows? Toronto, who knows? Maybe you will suck spending money. Toronto's done that their whole time, pretty much. They've been able to spend money. Under the circumstances, of course, and most of their time, they've sucked while spending money. Money's not the cure-all. Mr. Beckham, money is not the cure-all. Turns out, money don't mean shit. If you've looked at Toronto's history, they spend money a lot. It's only got them one MLS Cup, 8 Voyagers Cups, but that ain't hard to win, and 1 Supporters Shield, and 1 Champions League final. That's it. With 1 good era of players. Oh, and 3 Eastern Conference titles. Fair enough. But Javinko, Altidore, Pozuelo. That's the only DPs that have hit for this team. Oh, Bradley. My bad. Bradley. He hit 2. Julio Cesar came over. That hit, but that was a short-term deal anyway. My point being is, Mr. Beckham, money don't solve shit anyway, but money, if you spend it right, does. And if you don't, and see, here's the thing, it probably would help solve it if you had an unlimited amount to spend. This league will not go tits up like the NASL if you let them spend, Mr. Kraft. But then again, you don't like spending money anymore anyway, don't you? Figures. Mr. Hunt, I guess you're spending too much money on Mr. Kelsey and Mr. Mahomes to spend money on Sporting. Oh, wait, no, you don't even own them anymore. My bad, FC Dallas. My bad, FC Dallas. Sporting somebody else. See, I was thinking Kansas City. Oh, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the owner of Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City, so I guess it works. But yeah, Dallas, I mean. Sorry, Dallas, which is why the U.S. Open Cup's also named the Lamar Hunt Trophy, by the way. Just so you know. But my point being is this. MLS, you want to be what you say you are? Spend the money! Stop this training wheels bullshit. The time is up for that. You really want this league to grow. without these Messi fans who are going to walk away in what? 3 years, 4 years? What, 10% still going to watch this league? You see what happened to PSG? Nobody gives a shit about them anymore. When this man left that shit club, do people care? No. People will not care about this league unless you spend the money to put people around him in every club. You want people to watch this league? Show that it's worth it. Spend the money. Make a product worth watching. Make a product where the teams in this league, any of them could beat a MLS or Liga MX team in Mexico and actually win this trophy, except for one odd time and possibly one odd time 4 years before that. Just if Toronto would have scored one more goal, which they easily could have. Point being is this: MLS, you shoot yourselves in the foot. Messi is not your cure-all, just like the money is not the cure-all. If you're still under this system, it's a lot harder to screw up spending money when you can spend whatever you want. Get rid of the salary cap. I've been saying this since 2018, but now it can happen. Do it. Or keep failing and keep coping that your league is better when you win a Leagues Cup because you played every game in the United States of America. Or Canada if you're Toronto. Or Vancouver or Montreal. Above the southern border, okay? Yeah. Stop thinking these Moleros mean anything. They don't. They are manufactured for you to win, and if you don't, that's even more embarrassing. Start spending money. Messi is not the person who makes this league go 4.0 forever. This league will go straight back to MLS 3.0 when he walks to South America, walks to Newell's. Stop thinking he's the answer. He is not. Miami, you choked. You deserve to choke. Good on you. Spend the money. Monterrey, congratulations. Felicidades, commiserations, Miami. Such a depressing loss. Be more like Columbus. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for the quarterfinal recap, semifinal predictions for the Champions Cup. Miami, get on. You disgust me. Peace.